I go on his Facebook page. Yeah, I was right. Bad vibes. Trump everywhere. American flag all over.
American flag. And up next, it's time for Brad versus TikTok, my daily segment where I take on the craziest ideas from the clock app.
Pronoun of the day is slugs.
Today, we're taking a look at one TikToker explain why she cut off her friend because her boyfriend likes America and Trump?
Do what you want, but I do cut people off because of politics. I do. And I do it again and again and again and again. And again and again and again and again. Let me tell you about the time that I did this, right? In 2016, I was friends with this girl who got proposed to by her boyfriend, and so she was getting married, and she said, Kuru, would you like to be in a wedding? I said, absolutely, I'd love to be in your wedding. Let's find a time so I can actually meet your fiance, because I hadn't met him yet. So I go to her house, meet the fiance, hated every second of it. And, I didn't say nothing. I was just like, bad vibes. So I go home, I get on Facebook, and I was like, let me do some investigation. So I go on his Facebook page. Yeah, I was right. Bad vibes. Trump everywhere. American flag all over.
American flag?
I'm talking every rhetoric that Trump was spreading was on that man's page. I call my girl up. Hello? Do you know that your man is on Beyonce's internet acting an ass?
Beyonce's internet?
Are you not aware? Are y'all not friends on Facebook? When were you going to tell me that your man is racist?
Oh?
When were you going to do that? Like, what? So I had to be like, sorry, girl, can't be in your wedding. And she was like, oh, he means well. Can't come. Prepare the others. I'm not going to be there. And then we never talked again. And that was the first time in my life I had befriended a white woman. We're not going to talk about the second time. Okay, bye.
Babe, did you seriously just suggest that not even just the Trump stuff, but just the American flag, posting positively about the American flag is like something only racists do? Y'all need to touch grass. Some of y'all on TikTok are way, way too online and just become totally out of touch with reality as a result. Normal Americans who are both Democrats and Republicans still appreciate the American flag and fly the American flag. And it's also really wrong to assume that somebody is a racist just because they support Trump. Actually, most people have good intentions. And in fact, millions of Black and Hispanic people have either in the past or in this upcoming election cast a vote for Donald Trump. Are they all just racists too? Like, obviously not. It's a very simplistic, trite, and childish way to view the world. Everyone that disagrees with me is just a racist. Or it could actually be that they're misinformed, they're misguided, that approached issues from a different starting point and come out on the other side of a complex debate. But no, you'd rather just retreat into a childish worldview where it's just the good guys versus the bad guys, even though real life has so many more shades of gray than that. And in a sense, my first response is like, all right, well, these people dodged a bullet by not having you in their life because you're clearly the toxic person. But in another sense, I just feel bad for everyone involved because it's really sad that you have defined people down to just who they vote for. I do agree that our politics have some relation to our morals and our values, but people are so much more than just that one dimension. I have friends and family in my life who are totally different than me politically, some of whom I can have good conversations about it and they're open-minded, and some of whom we really can't talk about those things. But either way, they still have many things about them that I think are valuable and wonderful as people that I can appreciate and connect with, even if we're different in one specific way. Additionally, siloing yourself off from people on the other side is a great way to ensure that you just become more radical and more out of touch, and that you don't actually maintain sight of what the other side actually believes, and therefore you struggle to actually articulate your points of view in a way that can convince anyone. So if you just want to go hang out in a total echo chamber all the time, that's fine, but you are not going to advance your side's cause whatsoever just by doing that. But yeah, more broadly, I just think it's sad to treat people like this, but it is a sentiment that a lot of people have. And I've seen Republicans do it as well, cut off their kids or threaten their kids if they vote for Kamala or other stuff like this. And it's just a really close-minded and unfortunate way to approach life. Plus, at the end, the little thing about white women is essentially implying like, well, that's what I get for talking to white women. It's just bizarre to me how TikTok thinks it's okay to engage in this kind of racial essentialism and this kind of blanket approach of taking one individual's actions and suggesting it's somehow representative of a whole group. That's only allowed when it comes to white people. In any other situation, they would honestly correctly and rightly call that racist, call that stereotyping, call that discriminatory, but when it's white women, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it's just more proof of how toxic the TikTok brain rot has become on all of these identity-based issues. But if you take anything from this segment, from my message, it's that people are more than just their political identity, and there's aspects of good and bad in all of us that we should be willing to take from and connect with, despite whatever differences we may have. Let me know what you think in the comments below, especially about the American flag thing. I'm still not over that. And do remember to hit that like button.